First, Mark, I'm going to look at your putting stroke. On the left was before we made some adjustments. Your setup is the same. I like your setup. Your grip is fine. Your posture, I like the elbows tucked in. So, so on the left, I'm going to show you your stroke before we adjusted it. It's only a 4 or 5 foot putt. Your backswing was somewhat short. And as you hit the ball, as it starts to go forward, I want you to kind of watch your head. And the ball is just getting ready to get out of the view of the screen, and you've turned your head to here. Ball's going further. Ball is getting to the hole. You're actually starting to stand up now. You let go of your putter. And so that basically is your stroke. And so one of the things that we talked about was the importance of staying down longer to putt and hold. The putter's now completely out of the screen, yet you're still down. That's very good. So here you are, the ball's already out of the screen. You still have your head down. You're holding your posture. That's very good. Now here's the putt from a longer distance, not the short distance. And on the left was before we adjusted the putt, hold, and look. As you come through, you turn your head. And now with your new technique, you putt, you wait till your putter comes to a complete stop. Putter's now at stop. You haven't turned your head to look yet. That's very good. And then you turn. And while you're turning to look, you're keeping your putter still forward and you're not letting go and standing up. You need to continue that technique. You need to own that. That needs to be your method of putting forever. And that will cut strokes off, I guarantee it. Mark, I'm going to compare your swing to Grant Wade, who was a tour player during the 90s. He's now one of the top instructors of tour players. And I'm going to begin at the 7th position, the impact position. And I've drawn a red line box from the center of your ankles to the top of your head. And when we look and compare your position to Grant, it's remarkably similar. You're in a very solid, sound pro position here. You have your weight on your left side, you have your arms extended, your hands are right on top of your left foot. There is really, from a macro standpoint, from looking at the big picture, there's nothing just jumping off the screen that says there's something wrong with your impact position in terms of your general shape of your body and your form of your swing. So the errors that you're making with ball flight are occurring at a micro level, not at a macro level. And so one of the things that we're working towards is making sure that during that little ½ inch where the club face and ball are together, that we have those things in line, and your body's swing positions are not necessarily the problem. And we're going to look at some other things, but certainly this is pretty good evidence in my mind when I look at how good this position is, that it's the subtle stuff that you're doing through impact that's the problem, and a large part of that is the grip, which you're making some progress with right now. During this backswing, I want you to watch not only your left foot, but also on the second swing, notice where you make contact with the ground. I've drawn a red line where the golf ball is, and then we can see where you strike the ground in relationship to that golf ball. You're going to hit the ground, you're going to see that dirt fly before the ball. That's because your weight is on your back foot and you're not getting your low point in front of the ball. During this slow motion, I want you to watch your left foot. You lift your left foot quite dramatically and you're putting all your weight on your back leg, and that shifts your golf circle to the right. It shifts your low point behind the golf ball, which is going to make it very difficult to consistently hit the ball before you hit the ground. This is an area of your swing that we need to address, we need to correct, so that you can arrive in that good solid position at impact very consistently. Mark, we need to build your swing in stages. Stage one, we need to make sure that we continue to perfect the grip, and we also need to stabilize your golf circle by staying on the left side. And then we need to learn the proper backswing turn where we release those hips and make a correct backswing turn. So that's stage one, and that's going to generate a very consistent swing with a lot of power. And then we'll reevaluate and build stage two.